Hey guys, I thought I'd just do a quick video showing how to fit these Titan rear drawer systems into a 120 Prado. So I've seen a few videos online, nothing really showing what I needed, so I thought I might chuck one up for anyone else. So I've kept the carpet in here. What I've actually done is I've actually cut out little bits of the carpet there and cut these channels here so I can fit a few extra bolts. So the reason I've done that is I've moved these obviously so they fit into the clips here for the rear seats. So take an eye of where I've put those and just you can do yours the same. So what I've done is I've used my 10mm drill bit. I should have used my Dremel, but it was in the shed and I was too lazy to go get it, so I just drilled these out. The reason I've done that is I don't have the wings at the moment. I've ordered them but they're not here, so I've had to sort of guesstimate how much space I need. So it's about 110mm there, and I think it's 115mm there, and then I've lined them up 3mm or 30mm, sorry, at the front here. So it's squared off. Pretty happy with how they are. So I've bought these bolts. There's a few things online saying get 40mm. I couldn't find any 40mm, so I got M10s with a 1.25 thread pitch, and I got 35mm. So those are fine. You can't use the ones they provide. They're 1.5 pitch, so much bigger thread. I am using their washers though. So they've got 6 washers. I bought 6 bolts. I'm going to do 1 bolt here at the front and then 2 at the back. So I'll do 1 more there and 1 more there. That way, if the drawers are fully weighted down, they're not going to pitch up at the back. I doubt they will anyway, but you never know. Yeah, so I've tested it with that back seat. That back seat is pretty far back, like it's leaning back and it's still not touching. My table I made doesn't bump, so probably would work with other tables, I'm guessing. Like that's just, like, it's not very well made, but it does sit back pretty far. Yeah, I've chucked the drawers in. I'll try to overlay that footage. I've chucked them in as a test fit and they look pretty good. So what I'm going to do is finish putting these bolts in here. I'm going to put a bit of thread locker on them. I may thread locker a couple of the other bolts, like maybe these, but they seem pretty tight. I had to go around and tighten them all up, so that's another thing to think about. People do complain about them rattling. I got them for 250 bucks, to be honest, from my Boxing Day sales. At that price, like if it rattles a little bit, I really don't care, but I'm going to just go back around and just pinch all these up just in case they have left them loose. Like, yeah, that's probably what I'll do if I was you guys as well. So, yeah, once they're all in, I'll show you the finished shot. Just quickly, I've noticed something doing these bolts up. These 35mm long bolts work perfect here at the front. Up the back, you can't really tell, but this actually pitches up slightly, making it so these are really close here. So a 35mm is too long. You can't really tell by the video, but inside there, the threads end with a cup. It makes 35mm too long, but good news is the existing bolts that worked here work fine. So I've put one there. The other thing you can do, just as an example I've showed you, and I'm probably going to leave it like this, you can double up the washers. So double up the washers there, works fine as well on 35mm. So it's only like 5mm out. So you can probably get away with buying 30s if you wanted, but I'll just reuse the existing bolts. They work fine. I'm just going to actually leave 4 bolts in. Like I've tightened those 4 up and it's so in there, like I can't see that moving at all. I know some people online have used like anchors to tie onto here, but I don't know if I'd bother. It's pretty stable. And like I said, once I get the wings, you can probably see what I mean now. If this needs to move that way, I can take those bolts out, put them there, and then it will move that way. If it needs to move back the other way, it has enough of a gap there that it can move that way. So worst case scenario, I just have to remove 2 bolts to move it that way. Best case, I'll just loosen those two off, and just move it a bit that way for the wings to fit. Other than that, it's fine. All right, so I'm done putting everything in. That's just one more sticker. So this here is the one challenge I had. You can't really tell, but there's these little rubber bumpers that you put in. Now what I didn't realise is you got to put them in before you put the tops on. So I put the tops on and then realised I hadn't put them on, so I had to take the tops back off. So just make sure when you first put the drawers in to put the rubber bumpers in, then put the tops on. But really stable with how it is. I ended up centering it, so it's 115 mils gap there, 115 mils gap there, so I just bumped them over a little bit. I'm glad I had that bit of leeway in the rack, like I said I wanted. But I think it looked pretty good for 250 bucks. I ended up getting the wings for 59 as well, so just over 300 bucks. It'll look good with the wings closed in, and I'll end up utilizing that space, as I'm not sure, but yeah, pretty happy with that. Like, I can put all the crap that I've had sitting in my back of my car for a year in drawers and then leave it there for another year before I even look at it. But I really recommend that. If anyone has any questions, just chuck them below in the comments, and good luck. I say timings wise, it says like an hour on the website. There's no way it took an hour. It probably took me, well, that probably like 3 or 4, but that's only because I kept having to go buy bolts, and yeah, that was fun. But yeah, and also with the drilling and cutting, I had to buy a drill bit. I realized my drill only had an 8mm drill bit, so I ended up going to buy a 10mm, but just as long as you're prepared. So I mean, I would say have a socket set, have a 10mm drill bit if you want to cut, or a Dremel. And I got a 4mm Allen key drill bit, like hex bit. That made it way quicker to do off all these bolts, so I just used the drill to do them up. Yeah, and you need a 17, I think, for 10 bolt if you purchase one, and I think it was a 14 for the stock bolts that were in the floor there. So you just need a socket set and a screwdriver to stab the holes in for the rubber bumpers, but other than that, you need a few tools really. Well, best of luck. Don't do it like me and do it in the middle of summer. It's about 36 degrees today, so it was really hot, but enjoy. If you have any questions, chuck them below in the comments, and I'll try and answer them.